going after Trump and Elon, and I interpret it like, I guess he kind of folded. I guess he became
it's the exact
like
opposite.
The traditional billionaire.
It's the exact opposite, right?
Okay.
You got a former president who lies his ass off and talks shit, right?
Yeah.
Like someone said, gangster, right? He's just going to do his thing. Then you got the richest motherfucker in the world. I mean, what's more anti-establishment than fucking with those two?
In this video, Andrew Schulz sits down with Mark Cuban on the Flagrant podcast. Andrew Schulz has to listen to Mark Cuban insult Trump for most of this clip. With that, let's watch Andrew Schulz destroy the TDS-crazed Mark Cuban.
So here's the thing that like I'm so interested about you, right? Is because I feel like, and I don't know what it's like in your position, but I feel like up until election time, you are everybody's favorite billionaire,
right?
Successful. I don't want to say rags to riches, but like really self-made. Like, you know,
for sure.
And you are smart enough to know that if you get political,
shit's gonna hit.
Half the country goes, you know what? Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Why put yourself through? You made all the money.
Yeah.
You did everything. Everybody is basically, up until a few months ago, I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people are like, conservatives are like, he's a businessman, he's smart, he'd be a good president. Liberals are like, he seems to care about people. All of his employees tend to be like fucking millionaires and shit. Like, I think he'd be a good president. And then you go in on Trump and Elon. Why?
Yeah. I mean, because I care what happens to this country. You know, I've known Donald Trump for 25 years.
Yeah.
And like, if he were sitting here, I'd cut it up with him. I don't care, right? I wouldn't want to do business with him again.
Yeah.
But I don't have a problem with him as a guy. But like, I know how he does business.
He did piss you off many years ago. I watched you on Letterman.
Yeah, well, I like to fuck with him, right? It's just like, it's like Elon. It's not like I have anything personal against him.
Yeah.
But if somebody's at a certain level, if they're going to fuck with me, because he would tweet at me, I'm going to fuck with him right back, right? Why would I not? And so, and it's the same with Elon. But the bigger picture is, I just don't think he was a very good president then. I don't think he'll be a very good president again. And that's it in a nutshell. Like, if he didn't run, and like, okay, so backstory, right? Like, I did this movie, Sharknado 3.
Yeah.
And I played the president in Sharknado 3. But they offered it to Donald Trump first, and he couldn't schedule it. If he had scheduled that, the world would be a different place.
Because he wouldn't be able to be president.
He wouldn't be doing all that shit, right?
Since he already played a
well, because we filmed it. No, we filmed it right around the same time that he was doing all the stuff to come down the stairs and everything. And so who knows what would have happened. But
yeah, prior to Mark Cuban backing Kamala Harris, I never really had a problem with him. I still don't have a problem with him. I just think he made himself look like a fool by promoting, in my opinion, the worst presidential candidate in history. But I will give him credit, just like Donald Trump and Elon Musk, all these guys, piggybacking on what Andrew said, they have so much money, they could do what they want, indulge in a hobby for the rest of their life, be a philanthropist, start more businesses, buy anything they want, have most material things, but they did insert themselves into politics. So with all three of those guys, it's like, you don't need that headache. Why would you do it? So, and I genuinely believe that Donald Trump and Elon Musk want what's best for the country. I'd like to give Mark Cuban the benefit of the doubt that he wants the best for the country, but it's just my suspicion that it was just personal against Donald Trump. Let's get back to the clip, but I'll explain more why I say that in a few minutes here.
But to me, character matters, right? The type of person they are.
Yeah.
And I know people he's ripped off. I mean, Trump University, Trump Soho, that shit matters to me.
Yeah.
And, it's not just about policies. It's about who the person is. And so again, like, if he was here and we were just shooting the shit, telling stories, you know, we'd cut it up, but not as president.
And can you break down for some people who might not know Trump Soho, maybe?
Yeah,
like just one of the scandals.
Yeah, I mean, so like Trump University
Hotel.
Can you let him do it? I don't understand what you're. What is that?
I don't even know what they changed it to, right? Dominic, yeah. And so
I know I love that place.
And so he lied about the value of condos in that building, and people bought them. And so
he does that.
He does that, right? Trump University, he said, give me these thousands of dollars and come and show up to these, not even classes, but seminars or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'll learn all about real estate and you'll meet Donald Trump. Well, the Donald Trump you met was a big cutout. They got to take pictures with, right? Wow. You know, and so.
What's more valuable, that or like a feminism major at Berkeley
Barnard.
I might go for the Trump University.
There might be some information that we could learn.
No,
from
but
that.
so to his point, the real estate thing, that seems like we are told that's just something rich people kind of do.
Fuck
Inflate
no.
the value. Can you explain why you have an issue with that? Why that might be a problem?
Look, like if I have to, if I'm doing a deal, I'm telling you the truth. What do I have to gain by lying?
You could be so much more wealthy, dude. It sucks you only worth a few billion. Dude.
Yeah,
You're so ethical.
No, that was back in the day. It's more than that.
Oh, you got it now? Okay, Mark.
No, it's
Okay. Yo, prove it. Give him 50 million.
I don't care shit that
yes.
small.
okay, you can give me more. Fuck it. That's running up.
But you get it, right?
Do you ever want to do that though? Isn't that kind of funny? Like you ever see like a guy on the street like pushing a stroller and you're like, man, you need to be a millionaire. And like,
Yeah, so.
but do you ever do that? And you go like, all right, I'm going to give that guy $1 million and change
No, I
his
mean,
life.
I've done shit
If you like watching videos like this one, like and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the video.
for people. And like, yeah, there's like a couple of my guys that I grew up with or that I got to be close with that are down on luck. And like, you do it as the loan, right? Just to set it up. But, you know, and they pay me back $100 a month or whatever. But yeah, over $1 million to some of them because those are my guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You didn't just give them the money. They still got to pay you back.
Yeah, I said you got to pay me back. But,
You won't get rich just giving away money, bro.
no, because you know what happens. You know what happens. They said just this one time, right? Just this one time, right? Because they think they're going to pay you back.
Yeah.
And then it gets uncomfortable. Then it's like fuck it.
No,
Yeah.
really, 50 million just this one time.
Just this one time.
I'm never
right?
ask
I'm
you
never
for
gonna
another
ask you
fucking
that.
penny
Just the
again.
tip. Yeah, I know.
You have been a dick. Okay. All right. So this is something I think I was caught up in narrative. I think a lot of times when you're just looking at like headlines on the internet, you're just looking at Twitter, right? When things got political around the election, especially with you, and you started going at like Trump and Elon.
Yeah, so what I was talking about earlier, you heard Andrew Schulz say, hey, I saw that Letterman episode. And he's like, yeah, you know, I just like to F with people if they F with me. You know, we could chop it up or whatever. So Mark Cuban's referring to, you know, giving Donald Trump a hard time on Twitter. What Andrew is referring to is this Letterman appearance he made a long time ago where he complained that Donald Trump blew him off. I mean, literally, you know, he was at Mar-a-Lago or something like that, and he felt like Trump slighted him by kind of just walking by him, not greeting him the way that Mark Cuban expected to be greeted. I mean, that's a decent summary of the story. I don't remember the interview exactly. Anyway, I think it's very rare that billionaires don't have huge egos. So I really think that hurt Mark Cuban's ego. So by him getting into politics, I really believe that he wanted to do what Trump does. He tried to have a TV show like Trump. It wasn't very successful. He got into politics like Trump. It kind of made a fool of himself. Mark Cuban is insanely talented and obviously has a knack for making money, and I'm sure he helps lots and lots of people, but there's just no one else like Trump. Trying to out-Trump Trump will never work. And this is just my opinion from piecing together what I've seen and heard over the years. Anyway, let's wrap up the video.
My interpretation, I'll be honest with you, I was like, did he become like some like Democratic operative? Like what? Because I always knew you as the rebellious guy, like disruptor. You're like, you're the most fined owner in NBA history. You come in, you're going to do whatever you want. It's going to end up working out. You create these companies that disrupt. You start streaming. Literally, I don't even think people realize that. Now until I research this, and then I see you going after Trump and Elon, and I interpret it like, I guess he kind of folded. I guess he became
it's the exact
like
opposite.
The traditional billionaire.
It's the exact
class.
opposite, right?
Okay.
You got a former president who lies his ass off and talks shit, right?
Yeah.
Like someone said, gangster, right? He's just going to do his thing. Then you got the richest motherfucker in the world. I mean, what's more anti-establishment than fucking with those two, right?
That's interesting. So when you're a billionaire, the only other people you can be rebellious towards
Come on,
are
who else am I
more
gonna fuck with?
powerful or more rich.
Yeah.
Right? Who else am I going to fuck with, right?
That's a misfit. That's it.
I'm not going to pick on other people just because, right? What's the point of picking on people just to pick them?
Oh, you're just
Mark, I haven't been too hard on you in this commentary, but you're anti-establishment. When you were essentially Kamala Harris's surrogate, you spouted off every single establishment talking point on the planet. Just because Donald Trump and Elon Musk are billionaires does not mean remotely that they're the establishment. They are not. And everyone watching this knows that. But we want to hear from you. What do you guys think about this interview between Andrew Schulz and Mark Cuban? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, as always, really appreciate you watching, and we will see you on the next one.